Can historic cinemas be so realistic? That means truly realistic. Can a historic cinema, place fiction over facts and get a commercial hit? I'm not saying about anything above or anything other than the Indian cinema. Yes, all these discussions are happening because of the new latest Bollywood film, that is the Kashmir Files, and the man behind the film is joining with us. Sir, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Asianet News and to Kerala. Welcome.
I'm not Bollywood, so please don't call me Bollywood.
No, I just said.
That's an insult to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, sir, I'm starting with this Kashmir Files. It's a huge success in theaters, as everybody speaks. So, after the successful theatrical run, now you are on to OTT platform. You are coming for May 13th. So, what is your expectation level after the theater response of Kashmir Files?
I don't know, but a lot of people keep writing to me and they keep asking me about OTT because there are a lot of old people who couldn't see it. There are families with children, they didn't go to see it in theaters. And people who had problems who couldn't see it, then there are lots of people who couldn't get tickets. That's another problem. They went twice, thrice, they couldn't get ticket. Then they said, okay, now we are not going, we'll watch it on OTT. Then there are a lot of people in the world, in the global audience, they also want to see it. So I have a feeling OTT, a lot of people will get to see it.
So your movie is undoubtedly a successful commercial movie. Like it has been made by 15 crores and it has collected 330 crores, I guess.
350 worldwide, yeah.
Yeah. So being a successful commercial hit cinema, it is also facing few criticisms, like in the narrative and in the content. What do you feel about those criticisms against your film? It is saying that you are spreading Islamophobia, you are being a tool for the BJP-led government, and so many accusations and allegations like that. What is your take on all those criticisms?
Okay, so let's take one by one. Islamophobia. What is Islamophobia? Which means somebody has a problem with Islam. Okay.
Yeah.
Next to my office, there are 3-4 mosques. 5 times a day they do namaz. I have no phobia with that. I have no problems with that. I'm not scared. In fact, I have taken another office which is closer to the mosque. I have in this film, so many Muslim people who are working with me. In fact, the young Krishna you see is a Muslim child. There are so many Muslim people. I asked Muslim boys from Kashmiri Muslim boys to write scenes of the film. I have no problems with them. So what is Islamophobia? There is no Islamophobia. Yes. There is a phobia means you are afraid of something. Yes, there is a terrorism phobia. So if I have terrorism phobia, then why people think I'm talking about Islam? Which means somewhere they are connected. People are saying it. I'm not saying it. In my film, when you see it, you have not seen it. When you see the film, in the film, I have not used the word Muslim even once.
Yeah.
I have not used the word Islam. I have not used the word Pakistan even once. Then where is Islamophobia? If there was Islamophobia, I would say Muslims are bad, Islam is bad, Pakistan is bad. I have not said anything. Only thing I have done is I have shown terrorism. So when I show terrorism, the leftist people say you have Islamophobia. Because they get exposed. Because they support terrorism. The leftist and this terrorist nexus, so they get scared, they get exposed. And their strategy comes out in public view, so they call the other person Islamophobe. This is the problem.
Okay, so it may be a mere coincidence, but why it would have happened? Like you are telling story of Kashmiri Pandits. Why have you chosen this story to be told in this era? You have many other films, you have many other plots, but at the time, like we are talking at the time of a national scenario where BJP-led government already has this opinion of telling that we must be more nationalistic. Okay? So why did you choose this Kashmiri Pandit story to be told in this era?
But I have been making films like this. Schindler's List, which is about Holocaust. It wasn't made in 1945. It was made in 90s or 2000, I think. I don't remember. Please don't hold me for it. But definitely it was made 30, 40, 50 years later. If I make a film on partition, then you will say, why are you making it now? Why didn't you make it when it was happening? So I'll ask then in 1921 when Mopla genocide happened, nobody made a film. So nobody should make a film on that subject, ever. So my film, Buddha in a Traffic Jam, was a Naxal issue which started in 1960s. I made it now. I made a film on Shastri Ji's death, Tashkent Files, which happened in 1960s. I made this film. I am empowered now to make these films. So I'm making those films. isn't it? But then nobody asks this question to people who make terrorist favoring films. Mission Kashmir, Fiza, Roja, Heather. Nobody asks them, why are you making these films?
So you purely feel that it is just a political allegation against your film that is coming up all the way?
You mean to say if tomorrow BJP is not in power, I'll stop making these films? And when I made this Buddhaina traffic jam, I made it in 2010. Where was BJP then? Nobody ever thought in 2010. Nobody ever thought that BJP can ever come in center. Am I right?
Yeah.
Then what is the problem?
So what do you think would be the actual reason behind this? Maybe the left extremists are against your movie. That is, one side, right from Prime Minister to the central cabinet ministers, everybody is endorsing your film. They are supporting your film. It's not a sin to support a cinema. It's anybody can do that.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
Mahatma Gandhi supported Ram Rajya. Jawaharlal Nehru supported Shaheed. All the leftists in Bengal, they've been supporting various movies. Right? Why do ministers and prime ministers love Satyajit Ray's films?
It's
Why?
Cause. Yeah.
Right? Why people like Mohanlal's films? Why Pridarshan's films are supported by politicians? They make good films. People support them. Simple. You mean to say Schindler's List? Nobody should support. Right?
Yeah.
So they are bogus people. Their logic is bogus.
Okay. So as you mentioned about Malayalam cinema, I know you might have.
I love Malayalam cinema.
So what is
though
your
I don't
favorite?
love leftists. I hate leftists. But I love Malayalam cinema. I love Malayalam culture. The culture of Kerala. I love it.
So there is so many new innovations that is happening in filmmaking also
Yeah,
in South
yeah,
side. So what
yeah.
is your, how do you feel that the young generation that is coming with new ideas, they are making films in OTT platform, just in mobile. So the film culture is
That
evolving.
Fazil's film was on mobile. Yeah.
Fazil's.
What was that film? I've seen that film.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh,
I
sure.
saw Malik also recently.
Okay.
But the film which I really love is, it's called The Great Indian Kitchen.
Yes.
Great Indian
Yeah.
Kitchen. That's the
Yeah.
name. Of
Geo
kitchen.
Baby, directed by Geo Baby.
Yeah. Geo Baby. The name I can't forget. But I love that film. And who's the actress in that? That leading?
Nimisha.
Very good. If you know her, tell her I want to work with
Sure. That will
her.
be
I
a
would love
promise
to
that
work
I'll
with
give.
her. She's so good. Yeah.
So one more thing. In this Great Indian Kitchen, as I am relating to your questions,
The Great Indian Kitchen.
the Great Indian Kitchen itself, the movie shows about the
Patriarchy.
patriarchal society and also the struggle a woman is facing in her house. Okay, as you have seen the movie, you definitely can relate it. But how do you think that in your movie, the many characters have been murdered, women atrocity against women are also discussed in your movie. So comparing, I'm not comparing, but just saying, Great Indian Kitchen depicts the struggle of a woman inside a house, and in your kitchen, outside the house, you are showing this struggle of a woman. So how do you think that it is relevant to make this a point in films or any other platforms to raise the voice for the women?
Okay, so I am a great follower of Adi Shankaracharya and Swami Vivekananda, and I believe in oneness, that there is no dualism between you and me. And if you see Kashmir Files, when you will see, or if you listen to my speeches in the Capitol Hill and Harvard and everywhere, I talk a lot about Shiv and Shakti. So if Shiva is Paurush, then the Shakti, the consciousness, is Parvati. And in our Hindu culture, if you see in Hindu civilization, you say Sita Ram, Radhe Sham, right? We always put women before men, because men are nothing without women and women are nothing without men. So we together become one. This oneness is, there is no dualism. Just because physically you are different and I am different doesn't mean we are two different things. We are complementing each other. But what happened after the invasion, because different influences came? Do you know that in all the yagya, women always sat next to the men? Okay? And when Adi Shankaracharya had a major debate with Mandan Mishra, then who was the judge? His wife, the lady, the woman. Women always had a very important role in Indian society. That's why you have Durga and Lakshmi and Saraswati. Right? Saraswati means knowledge, Lakshmi means economy, prosperity, money, and Durga means the courage and the power and the inner courage, the character. So these three things which rule your life. right? Shiva doesn't rule your life. Vishnu doesn't rule your life. Brahma doesn't rule your life. They are there, they're philosophical. But what rules your life? Knowledge, money, and courage. These three things are all women. So our society has always been women oriented. But after many invasions, right, in Christian culture and in Islamic culture, women did not have that same position. So all that influence came. So parda came, then patriarchy came, then women were kept inside because mass rapes used to happen, so women were protected. And that protection, because men were protecting women, men thought that he rules women. This is what I want to break. My women are very powerful, whether they are leftists or rightists, doesn't matter, but they're very powerful.
So the central character, one among the central characters, Radhika Menon and Pallavi Joshi. I want to ask, like, did Pallavi Joshi's character, this Radhika Menon, have any influence with the Kerala women, or, to be more frank, Arundhati Roy?
Two, in fact, Arundhati Roy and Nivedita Menon,
Yeah.
who's a professor in JNU. So, in fact, I saw her speeches and I was wondering how anybody can give such divisive speeches in government institute. So, I started listening to her. I listened to Arundhati Roy's speeches and I found them very damaging to the integrity of this country. Everybody has freedom of expression. Then they are also connected with Yasin Malik. They are very good friends with Yasin Malik, who has killed Indian Air Force officers, who has killed innocent women and men and children. So I found it very objectionable, but I did not bias Pallavi that you are a bad woman or you're negative. Pallavi played as if she is doing it for a good cause.
So in your film, you have talked about Kashmiri Pandits, but after the successful completion of film and after the success, have you ever met any Muslim families who have lost their beloved ones or who have lost their life? Any Muslim families did you ever try to meet for this?
Many, not one, so many. They love me. I love them. We are very close. In fact, in my movie, the last climax scene before the speech is written by a Kashmiri Muslim boy. In my film, all Hindu characters were played by Muslim people and Muslim characters were played by Hindu people. I am a very different person. People don't know me. I am not communal. I don't believe in religious differentiations. All I care about is India. Number one, for me, nothing is bigger than the integrity of India. Hindu civilization. Hindu does not mean religion here. Hind, Jai Hind. What is Hind? Hind is not a religion in that. Hind means this nation, Bharat Varsh. So I want the greatness of that Hindu civilization to be known to the entire world. These two things are very important for me. That's it.
The last question. You, in your film, JNU is being visualized as ANU. Maybe there is a concept.
It was JNU because of the CBF series, and I had to make it ANU.
Yeah, okay. But when people who have watched the film says that you are trying somewhere else you are trying to poke or to mock the JNU. JNU is one among the prestigious educational institutions in the country. And why do you narrate a film which depicts that JNU is a center of anti-national elements? Do you really believe that there are certain sort of...
See, JNU is a mindset. JNU is not a physical place. It's a mindset. You have to understand that. Harvard also does that. Okay, lots of universities do that. It does not mean tomorrow if I say some boy is in Harvard and he is a leftist boy, doesn't mean I am against the academic achievements of Harvard. I am not against the academic achievements of JNU. I also studied in the same campus in IMC. So I know the greatness, some of the best professors are there, right? But it does not mean that anti-national movement does not take place over there. It does, and that is a matter of concern.
So as we Keralites have watched the movie, Kerala also, people have watched your movie. So you are whether planning, will you plan a movie based on the political background of Kerala or any other theme based on Kerala politics? Can we wait for a Kerala Files?
Who knows? People have given me so much of love from Kerala. Who knows? I always surprise people. So maybe my next film will also surprise people.
So maybe something like Malabar.
Who knows? I am doing research on that. Who knows? Maybe.
Next film is on Delhi Files. That is Delhi government destroying Bharat. Like that.
How do you know that?
I have read.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for being with us. It was a pleasure to meet you and have a very long conversation. Thank you so much for all your cooperation. Thank you, sir.